Good morning, monkey. It's your daddy speaking to you on the computer, and I wanted to send you a little lesson for art so you can practice the things that we did last time you came to the nest on the computer with the program Photopea. Okay? So watch, I'm going to remind you of some of the things that we talked about, and then you're going to make some of your own before I see you this weekend, okay? So to get to Photopea, we're going to make a new tab here and ask Mama for help with this too. I'm going to type in the browser right at the top, Photopea. And look, it brings us right to the page, okay? So you remember what this looks like. So we want to make a new project. So I'm going to go ahead and click right here on New Project. And then it brings up this window. And then you can name your project, okay? So I think I'm going to name my project Maddie Sweets because you're so sweet, okay? Now, we're not going to worry about all this stuff here. We're just going to click Create. And we have our sheet of paper in front of us, okay? Now, remember some of the things that we talked about. Over to the left-hand side here, you have all of your tools, okay? We use the paintbrush right here. So you can tell it's the paintbrush because it's got the little picture of it. And when you hold your mouse on it, it says brush tool, okay? So go ahead and click on that. The first thing you can do if you want to is you can change your brush size, all right? So see this little circle here with the number underneath it and the arrow? When you click on that, it brings up this window. All right, the top thing says size. So you can see here on the screen, on the piece of paper, my brush size is really, really, really small right now, okay? I can make it as big, I can make it so big, it would almost cover the entire sheet of paper. I don't need it that big. So I'm gonna make it someplace kind of in the middle. How's that? I think that's a good size right there. Okay. The other thing you can do is you can adjust the hardness, all right? So let me show you. Right now, the hardness is at 100. Okay, let me show you what that looks like. So when I draw a line on the piece of paper, the edge of the green and the edge of the white hit right up against each other in a really hard, clean way, okay? That's 100% hardness. But if I take the hardness all the way down to 0, and I make the same line going down, you see how it's the edge of the white and the green are really soft and they kind of mix in with each other, okay? This kind of looks like spray paint right here, okay? So you can choose, you can do something in the middle too, where it's a little bit of both, all right? So those are some of the options you have for your brushes. I'm gonna undo those. I'm gonna do Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, and make those go away. The last thing you can do is you can change your, pick your color, okay? So down here, you have these color boxes. You wanna click on the top one, and it brings up the color picker. Remember I showed you how you can slide this little bar up and down, then has all the pretty colors in the rainbow, then you can decide which one you want to use. So let's say I want to do something that's blue. Okay, so I'll put it right here. Then over here on the left-hand side, you have this little circle that you can move around. And watch what happens to this square right here when I move it around. It can be really bright, vibrant blue, all the way down to a really dark blue, all the way to black. And then you can go up and have different grays with blue in it or white, okay? So you get to move this around and decide which color blue you want to have. I think I might do kind of a grayish blue, like that. And there you can see it. That's the color I picked right there. So now I'm going to make a drawing, all right? So I'm just going to make a design. I'm not going to draw a picture of like a house or the kitties or a school bus or anything like that. I'm just going to make kind of a neat design. And I want you to make your own neat designs too. So I've created this line drawing here, and I have white spaces all around it and in the middle. So I'm going to decide to fill in some of these white spaces with some colors. So what colors could I use? Maybe I'll try a nice pink color. Do you like that color, pink? And then I'm going to come in, and maybe I'll soften up my brush a little bit more. And I might even make it a little bit bigger. So you can change it whenever you want, okay? You don't have to keep it the same. And I'm going to fill in this space right here with pink. And I think I'll fill in this space with pink too. And then maybe for these two spaces on the outside here, maybe I'll change my color again. So perhaps I'll go with a nice sort of lemony yellow, butter yellow, like the sun. And I'm going to just very carefully paint in here. And very carefully paint up here. Fill in those spaces all the way. No white spaces, right? The last thing I need to do this one is I need to fill in the inside space. So I think I'll pick maybe a nice green. I think that's a good one. Now, you can see my brush isn't going to fit up in this corner. If I did that, it would cover it up like that, which maybe is okay. But I want to make it so it really fits up in that space. So I'm going to take my brush size. I'm going to make it much smaller. That's a little too small. So you can always test it out. That one will work. So now I can, with a lot of control and focus, I'm going to fill in this space. And now I did the edges, I can go ahead and, remember we talked about cutting in with painting? When we painted the pictures, I just cut in around the edges of that diamond shape in the middle. And now I'm going to fill in the inside. And just carefully do that. So that's starting to look good. I think what I would like to do now is add some, maybe a little bursts of color on the corners. So I'm going to pick one more color. And I think for this one, I'm going to go into find some kind of nice purple. It's like Barney purple, okay? And I'm going to increase my brush size, make it bigger, and I'm going to take my softness all the way down. And I'm just going to polka dot on this thing. I'm going to put one there, put one there, put one there, and put one there. And maybe I'll do something similar in the corners too. Maybe I'll pick another green. And I might make my brush size a little bit bigger. And I'm going to put one there, put one there, put one there, and put one there. And now I just made a really nice little painting, digital painting, computer art, right? And I think it looks pretty cool. So I'm going to go, I want to save this now. Okay, I'm going to save this file, and Mama can help you with this. I'm going to go to File, Save as PSD. Okay, File, Save as PSD. And then it's going to download it onto the computer. Have Mama help you with that, okay? So here's what's up. I want you to make 3 paintings this week. And then you can have Mama email them to me. And I want you to do it before you come to the nest, and we can practice some of the other skills that we learned too. All right, sweetheart, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.